Back again, 14 games to go. Oh, what a weekend of football in EPL. We are going to start to talk about this Sunday's game. It looked like it was going to be guaranteed wins for Manchester City and Aston Villa, but boy, ended in favor of Arsenal, though Arsenal was not playing today. The league is now theirs to lose. If you have been hearing that over all through the season, this is the weekend. You can truly say that is now in Arsenal's hands. They have to lose 3 games and City win all their games for Arsenal not to win this league. It doesn't mean that it's done, but I mean, if they are serious to win the league, this is the time. City 2-0 first half. Tottenham didn't seem to have laid a glove on City. And I've said this many times in these videos. EPL, this is one of the reasons why it's very, very intriguing. There's never a game that ends how it starts. Before we go into it, don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Please, 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 please get busy in the comment section. Let's talk. Let's talk about this weekend. Let's talk about Arsenal. Let's talk about Man City. Let's talk about Aston Villa. Let's talk about Manchester United. The resurgent Manchester United winning 3 games now on a trot. In the last 2 games, winning them in the same fashion. You remember how Arsenal ended last weekend. This weekend again against Fulham, they did exactly the same. And going back to City. As I was watching that game, yes, it looked like it was too easy for City, but I could still see that this City is not serious. Because when Manchester City, they would have scored like 4 in that first half and killed the game. But Tottenham, every now and then could still find gaps around. And the worrying thing about it mostly is 2 major issues, defense and Erling Haaland. I think in like 10 or 11 league games now, he had just scored 1 penalty or thereabout, if I will check that. And you look at it, you're like, what is going on here? I thought that Donnarumma, Maguire, and Semenyo were going to bump up City. I've been complaining about City signings the last maybe 1 or 2 seasons, but I felt that Donnarumma, and without him today, City would have lost this game, obviously. So you're looking at the team, you're wondering what is going on. Defensively, they are rubbish. They can once Tottenham increased the tempo, City could not just cope. They couldn't match Tottenham in any way. Tottenham, we are playing through their midfield like what Liverpool were doing at the beginning of the season. And the big question is Pep washed? Pep looks like he's washed. He seems to not have. I don't know if you watch that game and you are close to your television or whatever you're gadget you're watching that match from. At some point, you were telling them to go long. And this is not the Pep that we know, and this is not how he has won all the trophies that he has won in his career. Something is really wrong in that Manchester City team. People talk about Arsenal having the best squad. I don't think Arsenal has the best squad in EPL. They just have the best coached team because Pep has the best squad in EPL at the moment. I don't know how you want to look at it. In any way you want to look at it, he has the best squad and he keeps signing. Adding Maguire to that defense, I was worried that the Pep City are going to be back in this title race. But today, Maguire, I mean, they say 1 tree doesn't make a forest. Is really, and Rodri looks like he doesn't want to be there. Erling Haaland, their team is losing. It doesn't really look like it was a big deal for him. There's no cohesion in that team. Players are selected, and they only could score those goals because Tottenham didn't come into play. They didn't come in the first half. And the biggest part of that for me was Basuma. Basuma, first of all, he gifted City the first goal, and he could not do nothing. Thomas Frank, credit to him, he changed team shape, went from back 5 to back 4, took out the captain, Christian Romero, who for me used to be the 5-by king for Tottenham when things were bad. But he wasn't in it in this game. And for Thomas Frank to have that confidence to sub Christian Romero in the first half and change the shape of the team, that was bravery for him. And Tottenham got back into the game and won that. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think Pep is washed? For me, I think it's time for him to leave. He's trying to live on a high, maybe win a trophy this season. But this City that I'm saying, I don't think they can win any serious game. And going to Aston Villa, I don't think you should blame. There's really nothing to talk negatively about them. It's just one of those days. They did everything they could to at least rescue a point from that game. But boy, going Brentford going one man down for the second minute of that game, you thought that Aston Villa was going to, the second half run them over, and they did a lot. They tried their best to get the result out of that game, but Brentford, there are some teams that when you make a game become a battle, you can't beat them at it. And I think that's one of the things that Aston Villa did wrong. They tried to get that equalizer as quickly as possible, and it became a battle game, just fight and grit. And Brentford is one of those teams that you don't beat at that. They don't just rely on it, but they are good at it. Once it becomes a fierce, once it becomes a fight, once it becomes rugby kind of stuff, you don't beat up Brentford with it. And their striker, Thiago, that guy can face 4 defenders physically, commit fouls against them, and keep his team in the game. And yeah, it's just a perfect weekend for Arsenal. City drawing, Aston Villa losing. They are now, I think, 7 points on, is it 7 or 6 points on top of the table. They have to lose 2 games to relinquish their position, or 3 games actually. And this Arsenal team, from what we have seen so far this season, I don't think they can lose 2-3 games on a bounce. And that's not just where it ends. Even if they lose, do you trust City to win all theirs? City goes to Liverpool, Anfield next weekend. Liverpool are trying to get themselves into Champions League positions. It's going to be a very interesting game. And before they go there, don't forget that Arsenal will be playing Sunderland as well. And they could be 9 points behind Arsenal by the time they kick the ball at Anfield. And if anything goes wrong there, then he can start talking about Arsenal pulling a win with this league. And I said this a few weeks ago, that by the end of February, Arsenal will be running away with this league. Not because I'm an Arsenal fan, not because I like them, but from what I'm seeing from Aston Villa and City, I don't think they're going to be consistent enough to be in the title race till the end. Arsenal will win this league at least 5 games before the season ends. And yeah, so the weekend ends like that, and it ends this way. Arsenal on top of the league with 53 points, and yes, 53 points. City 47. That's 6 points gap. The goal difference now has worked in Arsenal's favor. They have 29 goals different, and City 26. Aston Villa on the 3rd position, 46 points, 7 points behind Arsenal. And Manchester United are now on the 4th position, 41 points. Following them on the 5th position is Chelsea, 40 points, and Liverpool, 39. So Liverpool will be looking to beat City next weekend to try to find a way into the top 4. And yeah, the results of today was, like I said, Aston Villa lost at home to Brentford, 10-man Brentford, and Man City. Manchester United beat Fulham 3-2 at home, and Nottingham Forest played at a 1-1 draw with Crystal Palace, who has also sold their striker Mateta after McGahey left. It's going to be a big. They have really made some money this year, and it's going to be a total rebuild again for Crystal Palace, losing Eberechi Eze, McGahey, Matete now has followed. I think there's one more player that they sold as well. So yeah, and Tottenham rescued from 2 goals down, 2-2 draw with Manchester City. So that's how the weekend ends. Let me know which of these games really was of interest to you as an Arsenal fan. Yes, it was a hard watch at some point, but a perfect Sunday, perfect weekend for Arsenal fans out there. Manchester United fans as well, looking very resurgent. It looks like Bakary has come with the Fergie magic. And Tottenham, is this going to be a spark for them to get on and rescue their season? Chelsea looking like they are neither here nor there. Nobody talking about Chelsea anymore. And so let me know what you think, and I'll see you again next time.